Hello, Williamson County. I'm Kerri Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events offered by your Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Well, today is our last show for the 2019 calendar year. It's been amazing how fast this year has gone by. And as the year draws to an end, it's become our annual tradition to take a few moments at the end of the year to recap the year, discuss a few of the highlights from the year, and a few things to look forward to in the new year. To talk about these topics today, we are joined by our department director, Mr. Gordon Hampton. Gordon, thank you so much for being here today.
Kerri, thank you for having me. You're supposed to say you saved the best for last.
We absolutely did save the best for last.
All right. I appreciate you saying that. It makes me feel good.
Well, there are so many different things that we could talk about from 2019. We'll start off with our capital projects. I feel like there have been so many capital projects on our list for several years now, and there are so many improvements happening within our facilities and our parks. To recap 2019, though, I have to say one of the most impactful might have been the renovation of the Fairview Recreation Complex.
Yeah, let me just start by saying that being able to do capital projects is a blessing. And, we're very fortunate that we've got such wonderful support, from the county commission, but especially Mayor Rogers Anderson, who really believes in the services that Parks and Recreation provides to the community and, to enhance the quality of life. So I really need to, to commend those people who, make that possible. In saying all of that, you're absolutely right. We were able to go to the Fairview community and put a renovation and a facelift on the recreation facility out there. And it was a challenge because it was an extremely old facility. It was a converted old high school. And anytime you start converting buildings, you start uncovering a lot of things that you have to pay attention to. But after it was all said and done, they have a magnificent facility out there now. We're extremely proud of it. It was a $3 million renovation, and now it is open to the public, and it has been very well received, and we're extremely proud of it.
The other thing with this project, it was over 15 months total from the start of phase one through the completion of the renovation project. And except for the last 3 to 4 weeks, we managed to maintain operation through that facility for the rest of the project. So even being able to do that scope of work in the detail that you expressed and still be able to provide a facility and amenities to the community at the same time, I think was another keystone to this project.
Oh, absolutely. That poses a challenge in itself, just trying to, have the facility operating at the same time that you're in there, knocking out walls and having, changing out electricity. And, you have to just be very careful actually how you do it. There's an art to it, and and we had great architectural influences there. C&I Design helped work with us on that. Romac was the construction company that did it, so you really have to give credit to those guys. And of course, Phyllis Huffman, who is the Planning Administration Superintendent for Parks and Recreation. And they've done this before, so they know what they're doing, and it was very well done.
And now this facility is on par with the other main recreation centers that Williamson County Parks and Recreation operates around the county, where it now has the largest wellness center of all Williamson County Parks and Recreation facilities. Mm-hmm. It has some very large group fitness spaces, and one of the newer amenities in the refurbished part of the building, and beautiful, absolutely beautiful senior lounge.
When the county invested years ago in buying the LBGA property and turning it into a campus for a multitude of events, everything from the library to the arts and Renaissance High School, and still the athletic facilities there in the gym. But we made a particular focus on providing quality services for our senior community. And we've made a strong commitment to that. And so we were able in this renovation to take that commitment to Fairview. And in doing so, we put a senior lounge in there that is really, really nice, and actually was probably the hit of the reveal, how nice that senior lounge was. And so they deserve it, and they've got it.
And they absolutely, it's a beautiful space. This also gives us the opportunity to expand our programming options through the Fairview Recreation Center. And I think those, like you said, it's been well received, and we look forward to becoming as integral and involved in that community as possible.
Absolutely, they've waited for a while, and now it's arrived, and they haven't disappointed in the way that they're embracing it and going and using it every day, and the numbers have been really satisfying. So I'm glad to see everybody's taking advantage of it.
2019 was also the year of the pools. We did some amazing capital projects for our aquatic facilities this year and had a huge impact specifically at the natatorium at the indoor sports complex in Brentwood.
We have, once again, when you start talking about investing in programs to serve the community, aquatics is a big one. But aquatics is also an expensive one to run, and you have to be very diligent because there's a lot of safety issues involved with operating pools. Not only is it the standard things that you worry about, somebody having an incident in the pool, and that's why you have to have lifeguards there, but you also have the public all swimming together, so you have other concerns that you have to stay on top of, and you have to have equipment to do that. So you have to have operational systems and the pump systems that are used and air quality, and that stuff has to be kept up. And so we did some major renovations at the Franklin pool and the natatorium at the indoor sports complex that were much needed, but now after they've been completed, have really transformed those pools into, it's just a night and day difference just from the whole atmosphere when you go in. The air quality and the water quality is now superb.
Yep, and really looking forward to those amenities getting additional use as well, especially as our aqua fitness programs increase and the other aquatic type programs as well. We're seeing a lot more people go into those pools and really enjoy their time in there.
It's amazing. People don't really think about it. They just think of an indoor pool as a place to go splash around during the winter. It's a lot more than that. There's a lot of competitive swimming, both for youth and adults. The high schools have swim teams, and we host all the high schools in our pools. And that's a challenge right there with the numbers. We have a competitive team that calls our pools homes, and probably 95% of the swimmers that are on that team are Williamson County residents. But then the newest craze that has taken off are all the water and aqua fitness classes. And a lot of those are senior based, and they're just a great way to work out. It's a healthy way to work out for joint strain and things.
Rehabilitation.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got a wonderful staff. Bob Vogelpool, he has really taken off with our group fitness program and done some amazing things in this water aerobic programs, and all of our indoor pools are all under his direction, and just couldn't be prouder of how they're handling things. But it's a big part of our aquatics program now.
And then we also had quite a few lighting projects. Let there be light.
Kevin Benson, who's the county property manager, and through partnership, with Schneider Electric, which has a big presence in Williamson County, they've been very helpful and gracious in trying to go in and modernize our lighting systems in our facilities. And we're talking about renovating hallway lights all the way to athletic playing lights, going LED where the energy savings are tremendous, the longevity of the fixtures and the lights themselves really save the county a lot of money, and that we don't have to replace them as often. We don't have to have the manpower, to constantly be worrying about it. And so the lighting and all of these maintenance things to keep our facilities functioning at a high level, these aren't brick and mortar things that you see that's really something new. It just enhances what we have. In the end, it actually saves the county a considerable amount of money every year just from operating costs.
Yep, absolutely. And at the end of the day too, when people see these new lit facilities, they look different.
They
You
do.
feel like it is a huge facelift in a lot of our facilities when these LED packages have gone in, and the way people are able to utilize the spaces now.
Everybody talks about the gloomy days of winter, when the sun doesn't shine. You can walk in our facilities now and man, you got light. And so
An immediate jolt of vitamin D when you hit the
will
door.
absolutely pick you up if you're feeling down. So it is a great upgrade.
We had a number of success stories this year too within the respective divisions of our department in Williamson County Parks and Recreation. All of them saw amazing program growth. And I think one of the areas we noticed it the most was with our youth. I know athletics saw some amazing increases in their youth sport programs this year.
It's a really sign of a vibrant community when you have so many families participating, multi-generationally in activities where they come out to the parks. But one of the biggest things that brings people into our parks, are youth sports. And we have partnerships with some amazing organizations. We have across the county youth sports service provider groups in every park located in the county. There's generally a 501c3 nonprofit sports provider there that sort of is under our umbrella, and they provide the grassroots sign-ups and put kids on teams and everything, and then the county organizes everything. And our athletic division staff does a wonderful job with that. And Kerri, the numbers are just staggering. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of kids playing youth sports. And just in the basketball alone, which is going on right now, I believe they told me that there are 585 basketball teams playing basketball right now in Williamson County, using all the rec center gyms, using all the school gyms. So when you think about that, just the coordination of something that's that massive, 535 teams, you have to have a dedicated, hardworking staff to be able to pull that off. But it's just sort of scratching the surface on the impact that youth sports has on the county.
Correct. It's a very big footprint.
And also, when you say that, everything that we do, we try to, keep in the county. We ask everybody to purchase their uniforms locally. We hire the sports officials locally, and that's couple of $1 million business right there, just in the payroll of the people that we have to hire to run these programs through officials and gym supervisors and so forth. The uniforms that they have to purchase and the equipment and all that sort of stuff. It's a big business, and we try to keep it all in-house.
Absolutely, as we should. Well, a phrase that our previous director always would say when he talked about programming for youth is not every kid kicks a soccer ball. And so he was always very adamant about having alternate types of youth activities offered through the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. And one of his champions was children's theater. And wow, what growth we've seen in that program this past year.
I can't tell you how much the children's theater program has meant to this department over the years. My predecessor, Doug Hood, was a strong advocate for children's theater. I had a daughter actually that participated, and it was a wonderful confidence building tool. Anytime you take somebody, a small girl or boy, and they get the confidence to be able to stand up in front of their peers and sing and dance and recite the lines of the role they're playing, you got to have a lot of nerve to be able to do that, and you get a lot of confidence. And so it's a great tool. But one of the things that's really enhanced our children's theater program is the Performing Arts Center. I mentioned earlier the Academy Park campus, and having the Performing Arts Center there has given a home not only to our children's theater program, but a handful of other community-based children's theater programs to give them a stage to work off of. And we have quite a few shows there every year. And Allison, on our staff just does a wonderful job and has really grown our in-house program by leaps and bounds, because not only are we providing children's theater in the traditional places that we've done it, mainly in Franklin, we've branched out and have had shows in College Grove at the Artsatorium. We've been doing things in Nolensville quite a bit. And so, Spring Hill, she has just done a fantastic job. She has such a passion for this. Her children went through the program. And so when you have people, like Allison, that are just so dedicated to seeing something grow and nurturing it, it's going to be a success. And and I really want to commend her for the fantastic job she's doing with that program.
And there's so many different levels to it now. There are preschool options for 3 to 6-year-old children.
You know all about it.
School-based, yes. There are multiple programs now for school-aged children, everything from the musical theater experience class that meets once a week for 10 weeks and then has a little show at the end of it, to Starbright Junior, the original Starbright players, and then Straight to the Stars, which is a group of high school students doing just straight plays without the musical components to it. So many different options. It's great to see that that component flourish, and like you said, provide those additional opportunities for kids to shine.
Now, before we move on, does Ramsey watch this show?
Sometimes she does.
So you've got to give Ramsey a shout out now. If we're talking youth theater, her daughter, Ramsey, just was in Aristocats.
Yes.
And so,
and
so shout out to Ramsey.
She wants to do the next one. It's Willy Wonka. And she said she would be in if she could be a little orange person. And I was like, I'm sure there's a spot for a lot of little orange people.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there has to be.
So we look forward to that, though, and the growth of that, and the continuing to provide additional opportunities for kids to find their interest and their hobbies, those kinds of things. We'll move on to another division now, seniors and therapeutics. It's like you said earlier when we were talking about the Fairview Recreation Complex and the addition of the senior lounge there and the enrichment center at the Academy Park campus in Franklin. Our senior programs continue to flourish. I think just about every trip, I think they go on at least 2 to 3 trips a week now between all of our main recreation facilities. They all seem to fill up within the wink of an eye when that first date of registration opens. It's really great to see so many active and social options for seniors.
Kerri, there are a lot of seniors that are moving here. Everybody thinks, that the growth in Williamson County is from, because we're having to build so many schools, it's for the families that have children. But there's a lot of grandparents that are chasing these families here, and these people are extremely active. And, and so Tracy Hamby and her staff have, they've really blown the doors off of it. Everything from all the advanced exercise programs that we're doing for seniors to the trips. And, and I would really encourage you, and I know they'll do this for us, to visit our website, and I'm sure as I'm speaking, they'll edit this, the website will show up. But if you'll visit that website and look at our highlight videos, our monthly highlight video, you will see some incredible trips that these seniors are going on. And listen, these aren't just going to eat lunch. They are going hiking, canoeing, zip lining, horseback riding. They are doing stuff that 15, 20 years ago, everybody thought that a senior activity was a card game followed up with a potluck. Forget that noise. I mean, they are absolutely doing some wonderful things. And just once again, go to that website and see it. And if you're a senior and you're looking for something to do, you need to come see us because we are doing it.
We're doing it all, I feel like.
Absolutely.
Like you said, we have the senior fitness, the senior athletics and sports options, the trip options. We do still take people to lunch. We do still have those potlucks and bingos. We have some amazing senior art programs, watercolor studios, dulcimer dandies. I mean, just so many different things going on, and they're happening all around the county. True, the Enrichment Center is a huge hub for a lot of these senior events, but our recreation centers in Fairview, Nolensville, Spring Hill, it's happening there as well.
It is, and to bring Mayor Anderson in this, who is a huge proponent of providing these programs for, the senior community. He's actually said we're probably, going to have to figure out a way to, get some federal support for all the money that we're spending on the coffee that the seniors are drinking, because we provide coffee, for the seniors in the morning. And every facility in Williamson County has a group of seniors that are there every day. And this is a big part of their life. And they are just absolutely living a great life. And I'm telling you, they're going to live a longer life because they are coming to see us every day and they're staying busy. And it's just on their feet, out of their seat, and that's some good stuff. And when you think about what they're doing also, we do have to mention the therapeutic part of that. Our seniors and therapeutic division, once again, if you go and you look at the highlight videos, you'll see some wonderful programs. And then we also partner with Special Olympics and all these able youth and everybody else that, that are serving those families and those individuals that, that need the access to the facilities and everything like that. They are a big part of what we do, and they are a great part. I just love going into the events. We've got some just loyal patrons that just are always there, and they become part of the family.
Absolutely. And I feel like our therapeutics program over the past couple of years has grown exponentially as well, to where every day of the week we have a therapeutic program for individuals with physical or intellectual disabilities. And they're meeting a broad level spectrum of needs through this, anywhere from children 6 years old all the way up through adults.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great program.
Wonderful to see.
Absolutely. Jinx.
We'll keep talking about the facilities, though. Gosh, the number of people coming into these facilities. I feel like our facility counts just keep growing. I mean, we're averaging over 100,000 facility visits a month now across our recreation centers, and just seeing so much volume in our facilities. And there are so many different things that you can say contribute to this. Just the outstanding nature of our group fitness program. We talked about Bob Vogelpool a little bit earlier. The senior programs, the reimbursable programs that we work with, Silver Sneakers, Silver and Fit, Healthways Prime, that are just bringing more and more people into these buildings on a daily basis. I mean, there are times when I drive into work at 7:30 in the morning and I can't believe how many cars are already out there.
I loved it too. You're right. We have really done a great job of looking at all options that are available to get the residents of Williamson County into our facilities. Once again, I have to commend the mayor. He insists on our prices being low, but then we also are part of all these reimbursable programs that you mentioned. And a lot of people may not realize, and you probably need to check with your health provider, you may not realize, but you have a free pass to get into the wellness center a lot of times through your current wellness provider as far as your insurance provider. Mm-hmm. And you may be paying for something that you're not even using. So I would encourage you to check and see, with your insurance provider, if you qualify for the Silver Sneakers, Silver and Fit, and those others that you mentioned. In addition to that, the mayor has made the facilities free at no charge to veterans and the spouses of veterans. And, those people that have served us so wonderfully over the years, deserve this consideration, and he provides it for them. And we are able to just make sure that no one is ever turned away. and we provide these facilities for everyone. And the numbers, like you said, are just outstanding, in the hundreds of thousands. And
Yes.
so couldn't be prouder.
Couldn't be prouder. And I think we'll jump back on the Bob Vogel train for a second too. I think the health and fitness components play into that a lot as well. When you look at what we've been able to accomplish the past couple years with our group fitness classes, our aqua fitness classes, our personal training programs, small group training, it never seems to stop.
Well, that's one of the things that's unique about what we do is that, we provide these services and we provide them at a good cost point. There are a lot of service providers in the community, private fitness, and there's a great place for them. And we work really well side by side. If somebody wants something that's a little more specialized and has to have a certain type of environment that maybe we can't, because our rooms have to be used for multiple events, there's places for everybody, but our niche is big, and we've got a lot of people filling it.
Yes, we do. We just have a few minutes left, and there's two areas that we want to cover because they directly relate into some of our new projects for 2020.
Okay, let's go.
Passive parks and aquatics.
Well, we'll start with passive parks. We've been working very hard for a number of years now with the volunteer organization Outdoor Encounter to bring our first mountain bike park online, and this spring it will open, and it'll be out off Wilkins Branch Road, which is in the Hillsboro, Leapers Fork area. We're really all we've got to do now is just kind of do some of the infrastructure, put the parking lot there. But the reviews so far on this mountain bike park are outstanding. We also are in the design phases right now of being able to try at some point in time, hopefully in the fall of 2020, to be able to get some people on the ground at Peacock Hill Park, and that's out in the southeast part of the county. We've talked about Peacock Hill before, but it's going to be an amazing 250-acre nature park. And then, of course, you can't talk about the parks without continuing to mention Timberland. We're averaging anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 visitors a month at Timberland Park. So those exciting nature and passive options are out there and growing every day.
And in 2020, we will double our splash park options, adding a new splash park at the indoor sports complex in Brentwood.
Yeah, we're really excited about that, and the folks in Brentwood are really excited about it as well. The city of Brentwood made a financial investment to help us with the renovations going on at the indoor sports complex. That facility's been serving the Williamson County residents, but specifically the Brentwood area, for the past 15 years. We are going to bring a splash pad on board and online rather. I'm thinking on board. I'm looking at this captain's hat over here that they use as a prop for the sports show. But this is a $1.5 million splash pad that is going to be crazy nice. And so the splash pad's fixing to get online hopefully by Memorial Day weekend. In addition to that, at the indoor sports complex, we're adding a gymnasium to the facility where we'll be able to play basketball, volleyball, pickleball inside. We're adding 4 outdoor pickleball courts, and then we're also adding a huge group fitness room. So we've got some brick and mortar additions going on out there to complete that renovation. And I'm going to say this, Kerri, when the indoor sports complex is finished, that may be the most complete and multi-purpose fitness facility with all the options that we're going to have there in the whole Southeast. It is going to be an amazing facility.
Gordon, I can't thank you enough for coming in today and sharing some highlights of the year with us and a few things to look forward to in the new year. Thank you so much for your time.
Kerri, let me thank you. You do such a wonderful job for us, and we are blessed to have you out here promoting everything that we do, and I thank you. I want to just let you know that.
I appreciate that. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for today's show. We'll see you in the new year. Until then, take care, Williamson County, and remember, it's all about you.